Everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. What to do with your stimulus check, your Trump money. But first off, if you guys like the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below. You know, do the things that you guys mostly all do, and I really appreciate it. Also, thank you patrons. You guys rock. I'm so blessed by you guys. I've been adding a bunch of little things here and there to make Patreon experience a little bit even better. So check it out if you guys want to. It's pennies a day. You know, for $1, it's only $1. If you want to pay more, great. I feel it's worth the money. So with that said, also I always put in a link to the Amazon storefront in the videos. Amazon storefront doesn't cost you anything. No, nothing more than you always do. And what I would like to say is to please ask you guys, if you are going to be placing an Amazon order, just like normal, you're going to buy whatever you normally buy, nothing extra. I'm not asking you to go spend a bunch of extra money. Please just go to the link to my storefront and then do your normal search, whatever you're finding, add your stuff to your cart. You got to Amazon via the affiliate link. So then anything you normally buy, I get credit for. I get 1 to 4%, which, you know, goes to me to support the channel and stuff like that, versus Amazon just pocketing that 4%. Hey, you know, I would rather Amazon not have the 4%. And it would really help support the channel. So, enough about that though. How to spend your stimulus check. Trump money. A very good way to do it is different people are getting different amounts of money. But I'll just throw out a ballpark. Say $1,000. Say you got $1,000 extra. A really good way to spend that is, say for, you know, 1,000 to 1,200-ish. Basically what I'm saying. So for 25 pounds of beans, 25 pounds of rice, is about 50 to 60 bucks, depending on where you live and the prices and stuff like that. Or bulk goods. I'm talking about dry goods, beans, rice, corn, you know, quinoa, barley, wheat, any of those things. The big ticket prepper food storage items, the simplistic items. You can get a mass quantity of food for very inexpensive. You get about 1,000 pounds of that kind of stuff for your stimulus check, or maybe even more if your stimulus check is more than the 1,000 to 1,200-ish range. You know, I mean, if you're a husband and wife, middle income, middle America, with 2 kids, you're getting like $3,400, I think. That could literally be 3,000 pounds of food. That could be a year of food supply. It could be a year's of food storage for your entire family. Because, you know, kids aren't going to eat the full amount and stuff like that. You know, about 750 pounds of food per person per year. So you could be approximately, you know, a year of food for your entire family. And that would be a huge peace of mind. And yes, I get it. It's not everything. You don't get healthy fats in there. You don't have spices. You don't have canned meats. You don't have a lot of things. Yes, I get it. You don't have any ammunition. You don't have any magazines. I'm not saying blow it all in one thing. It's just an example of what you could do with 1,000, 1,200 bucks ish. You could get about 1,000 pounds of food, bulk food. That would be a pretty decent way of spending your stimulus check. Because I think, yes, other things are important. Medical is important. Ammunition is important. Tactical gear is important. Security-related stuff, yes. And there's a lot of other areas that are important for prepping. General prepper items, you know, like knives, 550 cord, shelter-type stuff, bags, you know, good quality boots. There's a lot of different things. You guys know that. There's so much to prepping. But right now, I feel, and my wife feels, the promptings that she's had, feeling strongly about the second wave coming and food, producing food. She also recently had a prompting. I don't know if it was a dream. I haven't really had to talk to her yet. I don't know if it was a dream or how it came to her or how she came about the feeling of growing our own medicinals. You've seen the videos on our garden. We're adding a lot more garden this year. No, I don't have acres and acres of fields to plant. We're doing the best we can with what we have. But, she was really feeling prompted to put in like sweet potatoes, onions, carrots, beets, turnips, all those kind of things. And really concentrating on output and the caloric value of our garden, which I did a video on YouTube about, or Patreon about also. The caloric output of your garden and how to achieve it and how to maximize it. So if you want to check that out, if you want to go to Patreon. So, but caloric output of your garden is very important coming up soon, I think, with the second wave coming and things getting a lot worse. But recently, like I said, we just kind of talked about it. She told me about it today, about we're going to get a bunch more containers for container gardening. We already have a bunch of the 50-50 topsoil and mushroom compost mix left over from other stuff in the bed of my truck. So we're going to start growing our own medicinal herbs. So that's something you guys could look at. Seeds. I added a bunch of seeds to the Amazon storefront I was just talking about today, as well as a bunch of other items. I add items, I wouldn't say regularly, but every once in a while I get on a kick and I'm like, wow, this would be a really good thing for people to go to the storefront and have exposure to see, oh wow, this is a good idea. So I add products in there every once in a while. I try to only add products that I know are good or trust or have used, stuff like that. I don't want you guys getting junk. I look at the value, I read all the ratings, I read the comments of people and stuff like that have bought the products. If it's something I don't own or haven't personally owned, I try to do the research as good as possible to provide you guys good quality input. But yeah, so growing your own calories as well as growing your own medicinal herbs and herbs for spicing up your foods and stuff like that. Very important. Another good way to spend stimulus money. Water storage, depending on where you're at. I don't talk a ton about water storage. I apologize for that, but I live in Western Washington where it's raining right now. It rains all the time, so water collection is very easy. No matter what time of year. Middle of summer, yeah, it doesn't rain that much. I'd say between May and September, it doesn't rain very much here at all. So those are the months where we'd have to have more water storage type stuff. But we have a lot of lakes, we have a lot of rivers, a lot of streams, stuff like that. I mean, lakes all over the place. So there is a lot of access to good water. And the Puget Sound is huge if you want to go through the distillation process of getting the salt out of the water. But water storage may be very important to you. It may be even more important depending on where you are with your food storage than additional food, because you'll die without water much quicker, we all know that, than without food. So maybe you need to make water a priority. Those 275 gallon totes to have fill them up with tap water or whatever you have, well water, whatever it is, your source of water. Fill those up, a couple of those, and have them standing by. If you live in the desert, that would be a very wise investment for your stimulus check. There's a lot of good you can do. Paying down debt is a really good one also, very good one. I'd encourage you guys not to just blow it on things. I know a lot of people went out and bought TVs and video gaming stuff and stuff to do while they're sheltered in place. I get it, entertainment's important, but buy a couple board games or some puzzles or something like that. That way you can interact one-on-one with your family or whoever it is you live with or care about on a more personal level instead of just looking at a screen. I dislike electronics. Yes, I'm sitting here talking on my cell phone to you guys. So yes, I enjoy the aspects of having YouTube and stuff like that available. But honestly, I don't really watch too many YouTube videos. So if I'm talking about a topic that some other prepper channel has been talking about recently, I don't even know that, honestly. It's not that I watch their videos and stealing their ideas. I can't even remember the last time I watched. Every once in a while I catch, every 2 or 3, maybe every 4 days, I'll watch one of Bare Independence. I'll watch one of TJ's Daily Briefs, just to kind of keep my mind up on what's going on, because I believe his intelligence is pretty darn good as far as what to trust and what not to trust. But honestly, I wish I could watch more prepper channels. I'd love them to give them the view time. I'd love to give them the thumbs up. I'd love to give them the comments and stuff like that. I really wish I could be more supportive of those people. But like at work, during dead times, I used to be able to do that. Well, the government computers, they banned everything streaming. We can't listen to podcasts, we can't listen to streaming music, we can't go on anything like YouTube anymore. No streaming anything. So it's all been blocked. I can't even go to my own YouTube channel studio and look at your guys' comments and respond to your comments. That's why it's not until the afternoon evening when most of your comments get answered or give you the heart or the thumbs up or whatever I'm going to do. Because at work I don't have access to it. So I apologize to you guys for that also. But please spend that money wisely. You may have to use it. You may be in a situation that really sucks. You may have to use it to pay your mortgage or pay some bills or stuff like that just to keep yourselves alive or just to buy basic foods. And I really feel for people in those positions. It's hard. It sucks. That's why I encourage people to be preppers, to have food storage. That way at least you'll eat. So I hope you guys are prepping a little every day, at least a little bit. Hopefully a big prep with the stimulus check. And prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear. Remember, having food storage is peace of mind. So economic hardships or whatever happens, SHTF, whether it be personal or national or global or whatever local event, you are much better prepared to deal with it. So I'm very grateful for you guys again. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day and blessings to you and yours.